वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामनरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गं गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो
अष्टविनायक नमो नमः
Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Devotees and friends, Sitaram to one and all. And at this time, we call on the secretary of the Felicity Ganesh Utsav committee, Samantha Maharaj, who will now do the formal welcome.
Namaste Aud Sitaram. My name is Samantha, the secretary of the Ganesh Utsav Festivals Committee. And on behalf of the organization, I want to take this opportunity to warmly welcome each and every one of you present here tonight. The committee would like to remember and dedicate tonight to one of our founding members, Dasi Baldeo Raghunandan, who we lovingly call Auntie Lori. May Bhagwan Sri Krishna protect her soul and ensure a safe journey to merge with him. May we have a moment of silence, please. I would like to welcome one of my sisters in Dharma, Ansana Simangal, to do a short reading on Lord Ganesh, in keeping with our theme for this year, Ganesh Utsav celebrations, Lord Ganesh saving the earth. Ansana?
Sitaram, everyone.
Sitaram.
Our theme for the Ganesh Utsav festival this year is Lord Ganesh saving the earth. Usually, elephants are the path makers in forests. When an elephant passes through thick forests, a way is created for other animals to follow. We all know that Lord Ganesh is worshipped first before starting anything new. Just like the elephants clearing a path in the forest, Lord Ganesh clears the obstacles and paves the way for us to move forward in life. The large elephant head of Lord Ganesh symbolizes wisdom, understanding, and a discriminating intellect that one must possess in life. The large ears signify that a person should possess a great capacity to listen to others. Lord Ganesh possesses these large ears to keenly listen to the prayer and needs of all of his devotees. As COVID-19 devastatingly plagued our earth, I'm sure that we can all agree that staying positive during those dark times was a serious challenge. As COVID-19 is still not over, I'm sure that we all realize that we can find hope through prayer. Prayer is a powerful opportunity to talk to Ganapati Baba. And it's not just about saying thank you to him or asking him for help. It's an opportunity to lift up our concerns, hopes, and needs to someone who genuinely cares about us. And yes, trust me when I say that Lord Ganesh cares about each one of us. During times of great uncertainty, small moments of meaning inevitably emerge that invite us to think differently about our present situation. When the walls are closing in on us and times get hard, praying to Lord Ganesh can free us and help us to turn away from ourselves and our selfish needs and focus on the needs of others. Sanatan Dharma is a religion that is very near to nature. We as Hindus see God in every object in the universe, and there's no life that is inferior. If we think of the earth as our home and all of its members as our family, it is clear that the key to saving the earth is devotion, that is, praying to Lord Ganesh. It's also about sharing love, giving, and serving God. The role of humanity is to protect. However, nowadays, humanity is not interested in protecting, but exploiting. And this is why we see Mother Nature in her furious manifestation, such as droughts, floods, storms, and sickness. As it is through ignorance that we destroy our relationships in the family and within the environment, that ignorance and loss of faith becomes the root cause of our suffering. The best way to get rid of this ignorance is to unlearn what is wrong. This unlearning is shaped not only in the school, but in the family and community, and it has to begin with the very young. This is why the Felicity Ganesh Utsav Festivals Committee strives to encourage the youth in understanding the importance of praying to Lord Ganesh. We always try to stress that praying to Lord Ganesh is not a hard task. In fact, coming here tonight with a clean mind and kind heart is already 80% of the way. So devotees, I ask that you open your hearts and pray to Lord Ganesh. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's reading, and I hope to see you again tomorrow night. Sitaram.
Thank you, Ansana. Let me also introduce our Vyas for tonight, Pundit Vishnu Ramsumair, all the way from Whiteland, and his energetic group. We have reached our third night of Yagya, and Pundit will be here with us for the rest of nights. So sit back and enjoy tonight's proceedings as we enter into the golden pages of our holy scriptures. Thank you. Sitaram.
Sitaram. Om Sri Ganesha Bhagwan Ki Jai. Children of God, today myself and members of Dharam Ki Awaj Seva Sabha, a small little group trying to transform the world to a better place. And we are very, very happy that the Felicity Ganesh Utsav Festival Committee have once more again given us this opportunity to impart a little of what we do, which can help transform, no matter how few it may be. But one transformation takes place, we are moving in the direction that we would like to. At this time, may you all put your hands together, close the physical eyes. Putting the hands together, closing the physical eyes, we all concentrate and meditate upon that Divine Master, asking for guidance and protection. एकदंतश्च कपिलो गाजकर्णाकां लंबोदरश्च चाविगतो विघ्नाशो गणधिपते नमः। ओम धूम्रकेतु गणायक्षो बालचंद्रो गाज्यानः द्वादशतनी नमामि यत्सृणुदयापि वेद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रविशे निर्गमे तथा संक्रमे संकटे च एवं विघ्नं तस्य न जायते। ॐ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वतीरूपेण संस्कृता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरम् गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। नागेन्द्रहारं त्रिलोचनाय भस्ममृगाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय। ओम अंजनी गर्भासनमुखो वायुपुत्रो महाबलो कुमारो ब्रह्मचारी च हनुमान मे प्रसीद मे। ओम भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। ओम गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बोफलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपारपङ्कजम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण सज्ञाय प्रविद्यमस्य विद्यर्पणे श्रीबालकलिपते सप्तमे वैवस्मन्वन्तर्कलिपुटं शरणे जम्बूद्वीपे वसतिस्कन्धे आर्यभटारिके देशान्तर्गते त्रिनिदाद देश हरि ओम श्री फेलिसिटी क्षेत्रे ग्रामी भावतारे हरि ओम श्री नामयहम your names or whatever wish you have now. Om Sri Deihik Deivik Bhautik Tapatre Nirvam Arutya Devi Graharishi Madhavam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhanaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvina Varhitamastu Ma Vidvishavare. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. So children of God, this evening myself and members of Dharam Ki Awaaj wish to thank and recognize Pundit Atmananda, who have created such a wonderful ambience of prayer. And when you walked in here and you felt the vibration coming from the Havan, you know, it was enough for us to really be ready to just go with you all. So my dear friends, Pundit Atmananda, we are very much grateful that you could, because without your toil, without your efforts here, when we reach here, it would have been a big task. Your effort here this evening have made my task and the task of this group coming from Whiteland very, very easy. So Atmananda ji, God blessing to you, and may you always have that strength, and may you always have that vision to move your chelas and them forward. Prem se bole Sri Adi Shakti Devi Durga Mata ki Jai, Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Swagatam Sri Ganesh Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. I want to hear everybody sing that line. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. So we're going to start now. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. Love
and forgiveness, peace.
I want to hear a little bit of my ears, give me a little trouble. We went by the sea today to do our surgeon, and some water went in, so I'm not hearing too good. Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life. Bull? peace and love, please come to my land. Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Love and forgiveness, peace and love, please come to my life.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
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 Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Swagatam Sri Swagatam.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh. Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh. Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Swagatam Sri Ganesh, Sharanam Gatam Sri Ganesh.
Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. Children of God, this evening we have a wonderful katha. But this katha will be continuing a little bit for the benefit, Ramesh ji, of our viewers on Sankhya TV. For the last 3 evenings, I had linked all the discourses from the very first night that I started. And I want to do the same thing here. I want to continue the link, but you would not miss what you didn't hear for the last 3 days. So within the last 3 days, we were talking about a king by the name of Raja Bhim. And Raja Bhim was very sad. And he was sad, he was very rich, but he was very sad because he had no children. And because he had no children, he was sad. He gave so much of gifts and everything that he could have done. So my dear friends, Yet still, he had no children and he was very sad. And then he decided to go into the forest. And he's going to the forest to pray. And he decided this will be a win-win situation for me. If I pray and I do intense devotion, if I get a child, then I will be happy. If I don't get a child, then I will get moksha, and that is even better. So it was a win-win situation, so he decided to go, and we established the fact that nothing comes to us in this world, be it in the sky, be it in the land, or be it in the water, unless you really get yourself with the company of the saints. There he went, my dear friends, and he met sage Vishwamitra into the forest. And Vishwamitra told him about all his past karmas and so on, his past life, Purma Janma, and that told to us why he was sad. But then he prayed and he got a son by the name of Rukamanga. And Rukamanga went one day, the people of his state, he was given the state from his father Raja Bhim after. So his prayer came and he got happy because he had a son. But Rukamanga was given the kingdom and was very loving, he was very kind. Rukamanga, my dear friends, took all the great qualities, and let us look at some of those qualities that you may have. He had that quality of, being able to know that we are all limited by time and space. He also, my dear friends, had proper reasoning. He had willpower. He had divine love. He had divine sight. And he had illumination. These are all qualities, all aligned with the upper 7 chakras. And so he had all. He had such great willpower that he went, my dear friends, to protect the citizens' garden, their agricultural plots. Because the animals were coming and they were destroying all the trees and everything else. And there with his thirst, he ended up at the ashram of another great sage by the name of Kavi Mahamuni. And reaching the stage of Kavi Mahamuni was not in the ashram, he was at the riverbank doing his devotion. Kavi Mahamuni's wife, Mukunda, seeing this handsome young king, felt from her spiritual mode down to the worldly mode. And so, my dear friend, she had a desire to have the young king, Rukamanga. But because of his willpower, he turned her down. She gave him a curse. And there he met with Narad Muni. And Narad Muni told of the ashram and the Ganesha, the temple of Ganesha that was built by Lord Indra. And now Lord Indra got out of his curse from Gautama Rishi, and so Rukamanga got well and got good. A little later down, my dear friends, this Mukunda still did not lose that feelings for Rukamanga. Lord Indra, again, the Saga boy up there in the heavens, and if you know about Lord Indra, he's a Saga boy, so, and the last time he was Saga boy, the price he had to pay, that he hid himself in a stalk, a lotus stalk, for a long time until the devatas had to go and pull him out and make him do the devotion of Ganesha to get back himself back on track. Sagaboy again, Lord Indra, came back down, took the form of Rukamanga, and so Mukunda became pregnant with a child. And my dear friends, that child, Mukunda did not let her husband, Kavi Mahamuni, know anything about this. So that child was Kiruchamanda. Yeah. Kiruchamanda. And so, my dear friends, Kavi Mahamuni treated him well and she taught him well. And one day, the great king, the great king was having a discussion, and he had a lot of the great sages around. And that king name was Sura. And he ruled over a place they call Magadha. And Atri Muni and this young boy, this young sage, this young Muni, Kiruchamanda, was having their discussion, and all Atri Muni, the old Muni, the great sage, tried to outdo this young prince, this young king, Kiruchamanda. He could not do it. And so, my dear friends, Atri Muni then insulted the young boy in the assembly of the sage. And he tell him, he said, you're talking like a great Muni, you're talking like a great saint, but you is the son of a Kshatriya, you is not the son of a saint. And my boy, if you know your father is a saint, your father is a great sage, and somebody of senior position now hit you that and tell you, hey, that is not your father. Your father is a Kshatriya, he is King Rukamanga. And my boy get angry. So now he was a great saint, but with anger what happened? He came down to the level of being a human, just a worldly thing now. And when he came down here, my dear friends, he went home and he asked his mother. He said, Mother, tell me, I want to know who is my father. And then, my dear friends, the mother told him that it was Rukamanga. Because Sagaboy Lord Indra took the form of Rukamanga to get through with his deceitful act. So that is what Mukunda knew. She knew that the child father was Rukamanga. And he was very, very much disturbed. And my dear friends, while he was trying to bring himself together, the Akashvani now, the voice from the heaven fell to him. He says, Son, Rukamanga is not your father, Lord Indra is your father. If somebody put you in that position, Ravi, where you will be? You will be totally confused. Any one of you will be totally confused. You would not know where to go. Not so, Andy? You would not know where to go, where to turn. And then he told his mother, he said, Mother, he said, for what you have done, you will become the jujube tree. The jujube tree is a tree that have no skin. It is naked. And not as much as a bird go close to that tree. If any one of you, Andy, if any one of you or Ganesh or anybody, play crazy and go out in the road and be naked, all the nice people, all the genuine people, go run away from you instead of coming to you, not so? Similarly, my dear friends, it says, not as much as a bird will go to the jujube tree. It's a tree that has no But my wife told me, say but that tree will be a pretty tree. Because without the skin, the tree going to be real fair and nice and everything. But you could have what beauty, my dear friends, and you have on no clothes then. Nobody coming around you. And that was the punishment. So remember, the mother dropped from her stage of divinity and came down here. This is a punishment now. Be a jujube tree. The son also fell from his point of reasoning and understanding, and he came here with anger. And once you come with anger, my dear friends, you drop very low. And there the mother told to him, she says, son, he says, you see how you treat me like a demon? Say, you will have a son who will be a demon also, and then you will have to deal with that. Principally Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. So devotees and friends, you see how simple little things which we feel are pleasurable, how much it entangles us. Yes, it really entangles us, and it entangles us very much. आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका Ganesh Bhagwan ki. So someday within the week, I will sing the rest of the song for you all. But that song says, O Lord, Aaj andhere mein hai hum insan. You see, everybody was able to rise themselves from the katha. But the bhajan is telling to all of us, it says, Aaj andhere mein hai hum insan, that we are all today taken up in the world of illusion. So dear Lord, Gyan ka suraj chamka de Bhagavan, grant us the lamp of your knowledge so that we can choose the right path. You're having the right knowledge just to have knowledge and say, I have knowledge of God. No. To choose the right path. And that was that beautiful bhajan. So that was just the line I really wanted to sing for you all. But I sing a verse too which says that, dear Lord, we are all your children, and we have a right to all that you have. Your estate. We suppose we have a right to the inheritance of a part of your estate, which is this world. Prem se bole Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. Grita Samadha ab keval Bhagavan Gajanan ki upastan में लागे रहत रढ़ने लगे, परंतु एक दिन उन्होंने एक अत्यंता तेजस्वी बालक को स्वयं प्रकट हुआ देखा तो जय जय श्री गणेश भगवान। अच्छा रयाचा कीर्ति हो गए यहाँ बालक उनसे नग्रम वरनी में बोला जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। मैं आपकी चिंता से उत्पन्न हुआ आपका पुत्र हूँ जब तक मैं आपने पैरों पर गधा नहीं होता तब तक आप मेरा पालन कीजिए। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। फिर तो मैं स्वयं ही पैरुष से सब देवता हूँ और तीनों लोक को जीत हूँ। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति गणेश भगवान की। So my dear friends, you see this? Let me keep on my glasses. Huh? My dear friends, what happened? The mother, my dear friends, gave to this child the curse that because you treat me, you behave like a demon. So too you will have a child who will have those qualities. And devotees and friends, this young boy, as his mother gave him the curse now, he realized, my dear friends, his position. He realized that his standard have dropped. And what caused his standard to drop, his standard of devotion to drop? Just one situation. And that situation is because the sage Atri Muni told to him that his father is not Kavi Muni, Kavi Mahamuni, but his father was Rukamanga, the king. My dear friends, that brings his mind into an imbalanced state. He became angry. He went back to his mother with anger. And this is the price that he has to pay now. Because his mother gave him a curse also. So mothers, especially mothers, be careful of what you tell to your children. You know, sometimes when they do something a little bit wrong, or they touch something they ain't supposed to touch, what is our favorite line? I go break your hand, child. And sometime down the road, the child walking nice, quiet from school, just slip, the hand break, and you feel like you're dead now as mother. But remember, that is what you tell the universe. Your child hand going to be broken. This universe listens to everything that you say. You see, my one in the motor car, I don't walk with it. But if I ask the question here, how many of you have your phone, your cell phone in the Yajna Shala? I sure I'll get 90% of you have your cell phone here. %90 of your cell phone will be here. But you know how dangerous is that cell phone? Everything you say on that cell phone, the universe hear you. Other than your phone hear you. Other than your phone hear you, the universe hear you. And you know when nobody is there around, and you there in your own private space, and you're talking to somebody in their own private space, you know what kind of conversation it could have. But my dear friends, I tell to you, censor what you say, not only on the phone, but in your everyday life. Censor what you say, because everything that you say is being registered in this universe. Let me give you a nice example. So Ravi received this one time and sent it back to me. If I should say that Ravi is not a good boy, that will bypass Ravi, because Ravi knows that he is a good boy. Unless he take it now, and you know what they'll say? He start to look for medicine now to think that to get back at Pundit, you know. But if he allow it to go, then it will not affect him. It will not affect him. It will not affect Ravi. But my dear friends, that same thought of I don't like will be in the environment. And some innocent person who is walking will receive it. And when that fall into their mind, now I'm going to get it back. Because whatever you do into the world is going to come back to you. So you know when we're in the cell phone in our own private space and somebody else in their own private space, and me and Ravi talking now, and we're saying, you see that gray-haired fella they call Ganesh? I really don't like him. Hearing what we're saying, but that out there in the universe, and somebody going to pick up that negative vibration which you and I is creating in this universe, so it will come back to us one day. So my dear friends, this is what I tell to you. Do not. If somebody send a negative thought to you, just let it pass you by. If you take it, then you will be also participating into it. So what happened now? This boy, and Matri Devo Bhavaya, mother should be God, and he became very hostile to his mother. So now, my dear friends, he went into penance, and he got back himself. First of all, he went into penance to bring back his senses back to track. After that, once his senses see, hear, smell, taste, and touch with what it wants, the mind will get back under control. And once the mind is under control, then he continue now to do job. And when he started to do job, he did job so intense that Ganesh Bhagwan came to him with Riddhi and Siddhi. You see? So he knew that from the time, my dear friends, his mother gave him the curse, he then again knew that that was deserving to him. So what he did, he accepted that he had fallen from his state of devotion and he had fallen below, and he started to pray. And in his prayer, my dear friends, Lord Ganesha, Sri Ganesha came to him, and he didn't come to him alone. He came to him with Riddhi and Siddhi. Riddhi and Siddhi, or Buddhi and Siddhi, my dear friends, they are enlightenment and attainment. They are enlightenment and attainment. But Buddhi and Siddhi had two beautiful sons, Labh and Chema. And so, my dear friends, Labh is wealth, is the gain, profit. Labh is profit, gain of the highest wealth. And Chema means complete protection of that highest wealth. So when you have Riddhi and Siddhi, which is enlightenment, and you have attainment, then you'll have the sun that, they say everything you put your hand on, you could be successful. And then you'll have, when you gain here, you will also have protection of what you gain. Of what you use, you're working hard, real hard. And a handful come in by 6 o'clock in the evening, and by 6:15, 2 handful gone. That a measure, that not balancing. So that is why you need Ganesh. So he prayed in such a way that he got that kind of burden. But when he got the burden of Ganesh Bhagwan and built the temple and everything else, we'll get burden of the temple too, eh? And that temple came, and it was a Tirath spot. So we just don't build a temple just because you want a temple. The temple must be a Tirath spot. A spot for anybody throughout the world who wants to come and pray. It must be able to be there, open and pray. You go to India, and people from all over the world goes to the temples there as Tirath. Some of the temples are not no beautiful set of murti and thing, but the amount of vibration and the amount of devotion goes into them. From the time you even start walking, before you reach to the mandir, as you start getting in the compound and walking as long distance you have to walk to reach the mandir, you start feeling that vibration. And that is what temple is all about. Today, my dear friends, we have temples all over the place, just for 1 and 2 people to say, I is the president and I is the secretary of the temple. But most of them, you are president and secretary of 4 walls. There is no siddhi. There is nothing there. Your temple must be a Tirath spot that people from any part of the world wants to come and pray, must be able to pray. And that is what this great saint understand. He prayed and he got the opportunity to build a mandir. He built it and continued praying every day. And as he continued praying, my dear friends, one day when he opened his eyes from his dhyan, the Shakti, the power of his eyes was so much that there a child was born. But this child was not just an ordinary child. He was in that form of a demon, an ogre. He was red in complexion, and he was glittering like gold. And my dear friends, Kiru Chamanda, when he looked at him, he became frightened too. So children, today I'm telling to you, don't hurt your parents. Because the fastest fall you will get in this world is when especially your father could hold a little bit, but you see your mother? When you bring tears to your mother's eyes, my dear friends, It says it is easier for hair to grow on a tortoise back than you to have happiness. And you know how today, how often we bring tears to the mother eyes. Ravi, make sure you keep God in your heart, son. Because you'll see a girl, and probably mother will say, Ravi, I ain't like how that girl looking a little bit, you know. Oh God, I don't know what about this old people and them, né? They know we young now and it's a different generation and everything else. And you start being, you know, side-lighting mommy now. And tears start flowing from mommy eyes. That tears won't fall in, you know. Afterwards she will know that, okay, her sadness, but you have that price to pay. Children only have to be very careful how they're treating all their parents. You know, and I make mention of when Sarvan was shot from Ramayana. When Sarvan was shot, and he told Raja Dasrath, he said, carry this water from my blind parents first, and then tell them that I am dead. And when Raja Dasrath went and he didn't talk to the blind parents, and he given them the water, but he ain't talking to them, the mother and the father, the blind mother and father say, son, what have we done you wrong today that you are not talking to us? You never gave us this water without talking nice and sweet words to us. What wrong have we done? And son, if we cannot get forgiveness for the wrong that we have done, we rather die than to drink this water. What that tells to you? And Sarvan used to use nice, sweet, loving words to his parents. Do you do the same? Or when they ask you to do something, what happened to these people then? They're not busy today. They want me to stop in the grocery and bring home sugar, or they want me to bring, you know. Children of God, be very careful how you treat your parents. Because, my dear friends, of how this great saint treated his mother, now he has a demon child born to him. Let us listen what happens now. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapati.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganapati, Jai
Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Jai Bhagavan.
Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Jai Bhagavan.
उसकी बात सुनाकर गृत समन्धा कुछ करे, उन्हें माता के वचन यथा आ गए, परंतु करते तीखियों। उन्होंने बालक से कहा, पुत्रम तुम गणेश जी के आप सम करो। यहाँ कहा कर उन्होंने उस गणेश जी का मंत्र देखा, अपासन विधि भी भांत लही। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान।
जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान।
उसे भी पिता के समान निराहर रहा कर घोर तप करते हुए 15,000 वर्षाभ्यातीता हो गई। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। जय जय गणपति, जय
गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
Ganesh Bhagwan ki. My dear friends, this great saint now know what is going to know the future of this child, because he is very much aware of his mother curse. So he know this child is going to give him trouble. So what he did? Immediately he remember how his father taught him to pray to Sri Ganesh so that he can rise. And he teach the son the same thing. He teach his son how to say Sri Ganesh, he teach him how to do the prayer and how to hold the vrat. Everybody believe 2 days you could fast and come and do Ganesh Puja and that's the vrat. No, my dear friends, the vrat is 1 year. The vrat is 1 year. No meat, no fish, no eggs, no alcohol. Do your puja as often as you can. For those who are legally married, intimacy is permitted. For those who are legally married. If you live in common law, nah. You have to take that sindoor. For those who have the sindoor, my dear friends, intimacy will be permitted. But no fish, no meat, no eggs, no alcohol. Because why? This vrat that you are keeping is a vrat. You might want children. You want to knit your family back closer together. And so, my dear friends, if you want children, no fairy godmother ain't coming to give you that. Prem Sri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki. So, my dear friends, I have people this year will be making 10 and 12 years. We had 30 people committed for next year vrat. So my dear friends, he taught him how to do it, and this boy went intense into prayer. And so my dear friends, it tells to us, the father first of all listened to this boy, and this boy tell his father, he say, Father, I want to rule the 3 worlds, And that make the father get frightened one time because he knows battle he have to go into. And so devotees and friends, it says, after listening to his son Bali for a little while, he says that, oh Father, this is his son speaking to the Rishi. He say, you are both my father and you are my mother, because it is your glance, your stare, the Shakti from your eyes just created me into this world. And so devotees and friends, he says, after listening to him for a while, when you know something going wrong, how your insiders feel? I kind of shuddered, kind of way. You ever feel like that yet, Samantha? I think we all had that experience. Once open the Atman. None? Ravi, you ever feel so? When you just feel so sometimes? When the exam result close to come, you just feel that all those who waiting for CXC results, your mind feeling thing. But here now, my dear friends, this Rishi, this great Muni, this great saint, is feeling that kind of shuddered feeling within him because he's remembering what his mother tell him, your son going to give you trouble because how you treated me. You know how when some of our sons get wife in this Kali age and they're ready to turn their mother witch? You know how much mothers in this Kali age grow their son, my dear friends, from the time the child is conceived until he reached 25 years and he married a girl, can come home, and in 25 days that girl make his mother a witch. And the mother was a Devi all the time. 25 years mother was a Devi. And in 25 days, she turned a witch. And then what the mother will tell to the son, he says, son, one day you're going to have a son, and then you're going to know what I'm feeling. That's a terrible thing. All the careful boys. Dylan? Prem Sabalashinam Chanda Bhagavan Ki Jai. So, devotees and friends, the father knew that there is some trouble coming up. But he have decided he's not going to tell his son about the future. So what he did, that is when he created this moment for him to pray. And he gave him the direction for the practice. He gave him the practice. My dear friends, and he told to him, he says, you will be blessed if you do this vrat. You will be blessed with all worldly fortunes. Well, in this age, my dear friends, the lifespan was long. And it says this boy performed the vrat for 1,000 years. It just tells to you that 1 year is not enough. Not so, Omar? 1 year is not enough. I remember when Omar took this vrat, and one day little things started to just, he wasn't feeling comfortably enough. I got a phone call, and that was Omar on the phone. He said, you know, I'm feeling to continue with this vrat. I said, son, well, I waiting for you a long time. And he went back that year, and look, he come back and he going again this year. So my dear friends, it tells to you straight, 1 year is not enough. How can you make a year of effort to get 70 years of blessing? That possible? We just want to fast 21 days in the year. 21 minus 365 is about 340 something days. 44 days. Huh? So you want to live your life how you want for 344 days and pray for 21 days, Pundit Atmananda, and feel that Pundit Mani come and do me puja. He is such a miracle man. Everything must go right for the 344 days that I live in my life how I feel to live. Prem Sabalashinam Chanda Bhagavan Ki Jai. Some of us even want to live Sagaboy life and Spice Girl life and feel Pundit go come now and he go work some kind of magic and everything go wipe out. No. Children of God, every action that you perform, you will have to eat that fruit yourself. Nobody will eat it for you. Prem Sabalashinam Chanda Bhagavan Ki. So this boy prayed so well. And what happened? It says, Lord Vinayaka came with 4 hands. What the 4 hands had? It tells to us that the 4 hands had a red lotus flowers. It had the trident, the trishul, an axe, and modak. After one bhajan, I will just explain these 4 things and conclude for this evening. Sita or Dinesh, make up all your mind. 1 out of the 2.
गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा ही प्रणाम है, मेरा ही प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा ही प्रणाम है, मेरा ही प्रणाम है। शंकर बोले
जाने वाले को मेरा ही प्रणाम है, मेरा ही प्रणाम है।
अंजनी के पुत्र को, अंजनी के पुत्र को, राम जी के पुत्र को मेरा ही प्रणाम है, मेरा ही प्रणाम है। अंजनी के
पुत्र को, अंजनी के पुत्र को, राम जी के दूत को मेरा ही प्रणाम है, मेरा ही प्रणाम है।
हरे राम, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे।
Ganesh Bhagwan ki. So the lotus flower, Ganesh Bhagwan came with a lotus flower in his hands. And that lotus flower, my dear friends, what it means to us. Everything on that murti means something to you and I. Eh? If it don't mean nothing, then don't go and do the offering there. It means something for us. So the lotus is awakening of your consciousness. So you see, this father now is using a different strategy to see if he could change the future of the boy. So he prayed, that boy really prayed. And the lotus, Ganesh came with the lotus in his hands. And that lotus represents the awakening of the consciousness in us. So my dear friends, the Father was able to awaken that consciousness of God into the Son. Then, my dear friends, in one hand he had the Trishul. Although the Trishul is something to fight, the Trishul will, it will pierce hate and it will bring love. It will pierce ignorance and it will bring wisdom. It will pierce inactivity and bring positivity, positive action. So my dear friends, the Trishul represents three things: love, wisdom, and action. So you see how the Father preparing the Son? But today, my dear friends, before some of the boys reach 5 years, they're using all the industrial language not in the dictionary that the Father using and more. But I am showing to you, watch how this great saint is training, turning around. He knows that his son is going to give him trouble, so he is using a different strategy to try and avoid that. So my dear friends, the axe in his hand represents the cutting out of attachment. You think it's just attachment between father and son, and no. My dear friends, the amount of things that we are attached to. What's your name again, son? Vinayaka. You take away Vinayaka camera from him. For half an hour, Vinayak, what will happen to you? And why will you cry? Because you are attached to the camera. A man who is attached to the bottle or the little pint which it says that is the drink of Trinidad and Tobago, and he accustomed taking 5 of that every day, and you say, boy, no, we have yajna today, you had to stay away for 5 days at least to come to the yajna. Every 5 minutes he feel like he go dead. Why? Because he is attached to it. Some of the young boys who like to play Saga Girl and the young girls who like to play Spice Girls, if one day they ain't meet a boy or a girl, Dylan, how you'll feel, son? Lay Amma what he take away that telephone from you one night before you go to bed. The next morning your eyes swell and everything else. Nobody will cuff you, Mother ain't tell you one thing. All she do is she take away your phone for the time you're going to sleep, Because you attach to the discussion. So this is the attachment we have to cut, my dear friends. The attachment which will not live our lives, but it will help us to deteriorate. Principle is Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki. And the modak. The modak is a delicacy usually made out of rice flour with a filling into it, a sweet filling. And that modak represents moksha. Moksha. That modak is the rewards of all the siddhis. So great is the modak, So he came with those 4, my dear friends, and then he told to him, he says, son, ask for any gift that you want. Ask for any boon that you want. I had the verses here to read, but I know time is running on us, so I'll just do it for you now. He says, son, ask for any gift that you want and you will have it. And so, my dear friends, he said, since you are so pleased with me, you know how we like to put it nice. I ain't want it, That's how we just start with. No, I ain't want it. And I say, yes, take it now. Well, okay, Baba, since you insist that I must take it, I go take it. So he tell him the same thing. He says, since, you keep telling me that anything I want, you asking me again and again what I want. I said, okay, fine. And this, you say, is the reward of my penance, and I am very happy. He says, I want first thing, I should be blessed to conquer the 3 worlds. You hear what he asked for? I should be blessed to conquer the 3 worlds. And even Lord Indra, the Lord of the celestial being, must answer to my call. You hear in trouble now? And he says, whenever I order any one of the devas, they must do what I say. Whenever things I imagine, hear what he's asking for, whatever I imagine, it must materialize for me. So if I imagine I want Vinayak camera, it must come here, and Vinayak, don't mind if he cries himself, it doesn't matter. And so, my dear friends, he continues. He says, I should forever retain bhakti at your feet. That is one thing which is a good thing he asks for. He says, and at the end of my bodily existence, I should attain salvation. So I pray. Devotees and friends. And Lord Ganesha grant him his wishes. He says, you will be called by the name of Tripura, and you will be able to have 3 fortresses, one of gold, one of silver, and one of iron. And my dear friends, that is something all of us would wish to have. It means that at any given time you want to be a realized person, you couldn't get it. If you have the protection of iron, silver, and gold, what the iron, silver, and gold represents? Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Stay tuned tomorrow for that episode of Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. But he was given also that, my dear friends, that he can be master of it. So too, my dear friends, with your devotion, you can live your life in Satogun. If you have all this passion and all this desire, I want and I want and I want and I want, Rajogun. And if you're lazy and you say, Pundit, you can't do the mantra for me, I will give you so much and so much money. That is Tamogun. That will destroy you. You know, we have people like that today. Pundit, do it for me, man. I'll give you a little change. And the little change has to be big change. And some of us just fall for it. I destroyed myself, and I destroyed the person who I believe that I help him to. Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. So while we prepare for the Arati and song, we'll ask Dinesh to sing us a song.
सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। प्रात स्नान की बेला थी वो, कोई ना पहरा देखा है जो, मूरत एक मती के बनाई, प्राण फरिश्ता उसमें कराई। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। बोल किसी को आने न दीना, जब तक ने आदेश सुनाई। इत में शंकर जीरे परारी, और बालक में रोकी न द्वारी। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजा सुत की कथा सुनाए। सत सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। शिव ने कूप की आतप बारी, इस त्रिशूल में सुत पे चलाई। शीश उतारा उस बालक का, व्याकुल हाथा पार्वती का। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। सतयुग की एक बात बताए, गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए। गिरजासुत की कथा सुनाए।
गणेश भगवान की। Please stand, and the Shrotas will start with the Arati, and then everybody will come, and we will remain here until everybody come up here and make sure you do the Arati. But I want to tell to you this evening, when you come and you take the coconut, do the Arati to Sri Ganesh Bhagwan and then go back to your seat. Don't come back down on this side, because it will not. We want everybody to do the Arati for Sri Ganesh today. And through Sri Ganesh, all of these will get. There is no doubt about it. Yeah, just wave it and just go back. Bow and you go back. Make sure you bow though. Om Yani Kani Cha Papani Janmayartha Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vinashayanti Sri Pradakshina Pade Pade. Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesha Deva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
का भोग लागे संत कर सेवा।
लड्डुवन का भोग लागे संत कर सेवा।
जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश,
जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
धायवंत चार भुजधारी।
दयावंत चार भुजधारी
मस्तक सिंदूर सोहे मुसकी एक सवारी
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा
जय गणेश
देवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा
और चढ़ावे फूल चढ़ावे और चढ़ावे मेवा और चढ़ावे फूल चढ़ावे और चढ़ावे मेवा भजन के पुत्र देख निर्धन कुमाया
जय गणेश देवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा
जय
गणेश देवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा
गम गणपतिये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः
अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गम गणपते नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
गणपते नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक
मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया 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 रे,
मोरिया 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 रे,
मोरिया रे बापा 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 मोरिया रे।
गणेश भगवान की
जय,
गणेश भगवान की गणेश भगवान की Putting the hands together, closing the physical eyes. We bring this evening session to a close, looking forward for tomorrow evening. We all pray. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Seka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah. Dear Lord, this evening, we, your children, present ourselves to you, dear Lord. O Ganesh Ji, those who need your healing hands, touch them with your healing hands. Those who feel that no one cares for them, Ganesh Bhagwan, show your caring self by embracing them with your arms of compassion. O Ganesh, this evening for those who feel that they are being lost, O Ganesha, give them the lamp of your knowledge. O Ganesha, touch each and every one that they can have your first Shakti. Your first Shakti of having that pure love for their family and siblings, immediate family and siblings. Those who are angry with brother and sister, friends, give them that courage and that strength and that willpower to say sorry so that the enmity will end. You are the God of love. You give us wisdom and lead us into the right path. O Ganesha, we pray this evening to you. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, गणेश भगवान की, आदि शक्ति पार्वती देवी माता की, शंकर भगवान की, सनातन धर्म की, ओम श्री गुरुदेवता की जय जय सीताराम. All please have your seat. गणेश भगवान की. Ganapati Baba Moria. Sitaram to all. My dear friends, I encourage you all to prepare yourself for this vrat for this year. I want this little boy come back to me. Ravi, your brother. Come in front by me, son. Last year, he was chosen to given for him to take the, come up and, right, you're good day. Everybody can see you now. And his mother told me, he said, you have to write exams. This is the last year coming down to write the C exam. And I gave the assurance to the mother and the father. I said, let him do the vrat. Don't have no fear. Allow him to go into the vrat fearlessly, and he will do excellent. Today I want to tell to you, my dear friends, from tomorrow morning, he'll go into presentation boys, Shagwanas, his first choice. And he did the vrat. And that is just 11 years old, 10 going to 11. Tell me, why we who 20 and 30 and 40 still can make this effort to do the vrat? He did it. And look, he got his success. Thank you, son. God bless you. Keep up. Always think about Ganesh. When you start your lessons, Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, and then go ahead. Right? Bless you.
Sitaram devotees, what a wonderful evening of discourse and devotion. Very energetic, you would say, right? So I'll see you all tomorrow. Panditji, thank you very much for wonderful discourse, as usual. And Pravesh, this is his second time going for the Mala. So if young Pravesh could do it, anybody could do it. The vrat is a simple thing, it's no hard. This is my 4th year in a row going, so I'm going for the 5th year, Panditji. Right? 4th year going 5th, so 4th, this is my 4th going. But I had it the very first year, 2009. I was the first to do the vrat. Yeah, this is my 4th year consecutively. So, you have to put no mala on me, I go in. So, Panditji, thank you very much. Again, thank you, all of you, for coming and joining with us. Sitaram.
When it comes to Pira and Laddu, I just use Chatak's Laddu and Pira Mithai Mix. It's a combination of traditional ingredients in one pack. I don't spend all that time preparing different ingredients like Ma. 3/4 of the work is done. So now I can make fresh, delicious Pira and Laddu in about 15 minutes with the convenience of Chatak's Laddu and Pira Mithai Mix. Now Ma's kitchen is a Chatak kitchen.
Good day. My name is Omkar, inviting you to join